I got best friend back on the line. Say what's good to them folks, man.
Hey.
So I got best friend on this line because I wanted to make some commentary on this situation right here. You can see it on the screen. She don't know what it is yet, but what I was gonna say, I know she gonna have some thing to say back, and I think her opinion is kind of more valid than mine because she is a female. But anyway, as you see right here, it says no charges will be filed against surgeon who performed surgery on Miss Jackie O, as medical examiners deem her death an accident or as accidental. So you know who Miss Jackie O is?
Yeah, that's DC Young Fly fiance.
Yeah, that's DC Young Fly fiance, his wife, whoever. So you know the whole little situation about she had the little surgery and she ended up passing away and everything. So basically, it was a doctor. This guy right here, I forgot his name, but his name is somewhere in here. He ends up doing the surgery on her. I'm actually going to read a little bit of the details right here so that motherfuckers can understand. So it says, Jackie O cause of death revealed complications from cosmetic surgery. DC Young Fly's partner Jackie O died as a result of complications from cosmetic surgery, complaining her head was burning just hours before her death. TMZ has learned. According to the autopsy report obtained by TMZ, Jackie flew to Miami in May to undergo a procedure where she had liposuction and fat transferred to her butt, aka a BBL. The surgery was completed May 30th, and Jackie was prescribed an antibiotic and a painkiller and an anti-nausea. Shortly after, the 32-year-old began to get a headache. Returning to the surgeon for a post-operative appointment, she had decided to get a massage to help alleviate the pain and was advised to take ibuprofen and to stop taking the andestitron, and that's the anti-nausea medication, right? So it says on the night of May 31st, which is the next day, Jackie began to feel her head was burning and was having difficulty speaking. Jackie was with her aunt who called 911, but Jackie went unresponsive before they arrived and was pronounced dead at the hospital at 11 p.m. The autopsy report states Jackie has swelling in her brain and extensive bleeding of the skin around her torso. A since deleted social media post from before Jackie's death claimed she was in the city to go through her mommy makeover with Dr. Zachary Akha. So that's the doctor right here. So basically, what ends up happening is Dr. Akha spoke out shortly after her death, but didn't address the situation directly. Instead, stating his office remains devoted to the highest quality medical care. He added, all anesthetic procedures are performed in hygienically safe environments to universally recognized medical standards. All right, so when I initially seen this and I initially read this, of course I feel bad, that she died, because at the end of the day she left some kids behind and DC Young Fly. But this is the thing, man. This is what risk you take when you do these types of procedures and stuff, man. And it's like, I feel bad for women. I'm not gonna hold you, best friend. I feel bad for y'all because it's like y'all, the self-hatred y'all have for yourselves, and the insecurities just, and it's just beyond what I think is reasonable. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when you get to the point where you start feeling like you gotta surgically alter yourself to be happy with yourself, that's something I can't relate to as a man, because I'm a man, I'm a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things. I'm bald. I'm short. There's things that I guess I would say, maybe I wouldn't be this if I had the option, but do I really give a fuck? I really don't. Because I feel like for me as a man, it's a little bit easier, because innately, it doesn't matter how I look. Up in my status can change everything, and really the way I carry myself, is also a big factor to, how people act towards me, which then in turn makes me feel a certain way about myself. So it's just like,
I think men play a role in a lot of women's self-hatred. Unfortunately, I'm not saying that they do it intentionally, of course, but I think a lot of girls, it's not even self-hatred, it's actually like a lot of people, I guess that falls under self-hatred, but a lot of women want to be like the next woman or live like the next woman and they say, okay, so what does she have that I don't have that's make her possess this? And it's like, whether men are going to admit it or not. And of course, like, if we talk about everyday men, then of course that may not be the convo. But when we talk about men of stature who are famous, who have significant, incomes and stuff, and you look at all of their wives, if I was to put 5 of the top rappers on the board right now and then put their baby moms or, their girlfriends next to each other, you notice that, hey, these bitches all have, these women all have the same, like, characteristics. Like, they all have BBLs. They all wear long weave. They all wear da-da-da. So a woman whose main purpose is to, be with a certain type of man or, feel like I want a certain type of admiration towards me, they start to feel like, hey, I need to do those same things too. You know what I'm saying? And even me, me and you have had conversations like that. Now, mine isn't really for men. I just want to feel better in my clothes.
Stop
and
bluffing.
I'm lazy.
Stop bluffing. I don't want to hear it. We're gonna stop that bluffing right now.
What?
Okay, so you said it ain't for men. Okay, yeah. There's a portion of it that because you want to do it, you have to want to do something for you. You know what I'm saying? For you to do it to yourself, obviously. But at the end of the day, and you feel as though that will aid you in the eyes of a man. That's just the truth. And we're not going to sit here and go back.
That's the thing. I'm not saying that I don't know that would be a factor. For me personally, that's not one of the main factors. Because I'm not saying that like that, fat or skinny, I get niggas. And I'm talking about niggas that do well for themselves. Whatever, have a good amount of money, be wasn't a trick, or whatever, you want to call it. But, so I don't really feel so like I need to get rid of my stomach or whatever so that I can get a nigga or I can get a certain type of nigga, because I know that if, the face card go a long way too. So that don't really bother me as much. Really, for real, like for me, if I was to do something that drastic, the majority of it wouldn't be like, oh yeah, because niggas will like me more. It'd be more so for something like I just said, like feeling more comfortable in certain clothes. Like I don't wear a lot of dresses because I have fupa. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel comfortable wearing certain things. I don't wear a lot of skirts. I don't wear a lot of, stuff that's going to be form-fitted to my midsection because I'm not comfortable, doing so. So if I was to do something that's so drastic, because I know the risk that comes with plastic surgery, it wouldn't be the main thing. It's just like, because I know that's what men like, because I know at the end of the day, men like vagina in general. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And if you got a vibe and a pretty face or whatever, you can still, get men. I don't know why
100.
a lot of girls, I know big girls that got men. You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, and that's the key right there, man. Like, I want y'all to know something. In real life, all of this shit y'all see these celebrities doing, bro, the average nigga don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Like, real life, like, okay, so prime example, there's this thing, that goes around, it's like, they say, like, everybody likes lighter skin complexion women. In real life, you walk up and down the street, niggas is with the blackest bitches, niggas is with the whitest bitches, and everything in between. Because in real life, where you know what I'm saying, amongst the real society, that shit is out the window for real. Like, even my shorty is a dark skinned shorty, yo. Like,
even like sometimes in your head, like things will be more prominent than they really are in reality. So that's why I was like I said, people, you ever seen that post that says you can get that it said you can get that BBL, but I'm still gonna go to Big Back House every now and again.
Hey, chill. Because that shit don't matter at the end, bruh. It don't matter, man. And then
a BBL don't replace a vibe. A BBL don't replace, connections. Having your waist snatched ain't gonna make a man be more faithful. Any of those things. So, like I said, for me, I'm not saying. Of course, I would recognize the fact of like, hey, if my body was perfect, I know for a fact, like, I would have an outpouring, more so of an outpouring, because I know there are men that probably like, I would approach her or I would date her if she was a little smaller, whatever. Now, like I said, for me personally, it don't affect me to the point that I'm like, damn, I should go get surgery, whatever. But when I do think about getting surgery, I'm not gonna lie, is when I'm in those dressing rooms.
So look,
and
though,
stuff like that.
This is how I feel about BBLs and shit. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I don't think I've ever had sex with nobody that had a BBL. But I ain't gonna hold you. If I did find out a shorty had a BBL, I don't know, it kind of takes away from it for me. Like, knowing that it's fake, that's actually negative points in my scorecard. I'm not gonna hold you, dog.
Yeah, my man said the same thing. So
yeah, bro, like some real nigga shit. if you got a fucking BBL, that's negative points on the scoreboard for your ass. I'm not gonna hold you for me, dog. Like, I want my shorty to be natural, dog. Like,
Yeah,
that's
my
why
man
my
said the
shorty,
same
like,
thing.
I don't like all that wig shit. I don't like that makeup shit. Like, I like my shorty now straight natural, none of that surgery shit, none of that shit, man. But I want to ask you, like, even like knowing that the possibility and the risk that you can, go through, have and suffer from, you'd still be willing to go through with the surgery?
No, that's fine. You know this. I've had men offer to pay for me to get it because I just talk about it. You know me, I bluff. I talk about a lot of stuff that it's really, I just talk. Sometimes I just talk for conversation. It's not really something I'm into it, and I'm sure you know who I'm talking about when I'm saying that. But I had someone offer, you know what I'm saying, and say like, hey, if that's something you really want to do, I'll fund it. You know what I'm saying? I'll put the money behind it. Like if that's what you want to do. But it's not. It's not that serious for me. Honestly, truly, like I think I would feel better if I went and got my body right on my own. You know, that's something I talk to you about all the time. But I just didn't do it because I know the risk, and I would never forgive myself. I'm up in heaven looking down at y'all having a